Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, this is Murphy, this is Charles, three of us here. Welcome to episode 7 of Cycle 2, season 1 of Cycle 2. It's been a while now, 1 week, no video, because Magic Mel has been processing stuff. As you know, this is not your usual tarot channel. This is my ongoing, unfolding spiritual journey that I'm sharing with you. So fasten your seatbelt because things are about to get wild. Guys, I've been away for a few days because, as you know, I self-reflect a lot, and the last few videos you've seen on my channel were all about me encouraging you to go on my fundraiser and help me manifest Casa Lily Spiritual Warrior Retreats. And then I came back to base. I'm like, wait a minute, Magic Mel. Are you making excuses? What is it that you actually lack? Are you making excuses to not start with what you already have? And that really opened a whole new arena of insights. Because how often do you postpone things by giving yourself excuses that you're not quite ready yet, or things are not quite aligned yet, or things are not quite perfect yet, or you still need to do this, you still need to be that. It's like putting things off into some hypothetical future moment when things are perfect or when you feel ready. So I really allowed that to sink in. And I realized that in an unconscious, subconscious way, I was coming from lack. I was like, well, I can only start these retreats here, my childhood home, if everything is perfect, i.e. if this is repaired, if that is repaired. And then I looked deeper, and I realized I was just making excuses. How about making the best of what we have? That goes for you and for me. How about stopping postponing things into the future and acting in the moment where all our power lies, right here and right now? It's easy to fantasize and to project into the future because it feels safe. Because you can go over it in your mind, you can daydream about it, you can fantasize about it while not doing anything, while not taking any risk. But really, if you come back to the present moment, the here and now, right here and right now, that is the only true power, because that is the only true moment where we can actually do anything. Yes or yes? But it scares us because we'd rather go up into our heads and project and daydream and fantasize, because it does not involve that risk of taking action and potentially making mistakes and potentially, well, really going into the unknown, stepping outside of our comfort zone, trying things out. So I had compassion with myself. I'm like, it doesn't matter. So what? In each moment, I try my best. And I don't assign my value or a sense of fulfillment by what I do. Like, I do it because I'm like, I have that feeling, I have that desire, I have that passion, I believe in it, I do it. If after that I self-correct or I find another route, that's okay. It doesn't invalidate the step that came before. It's a process, no? A process of self-discovery in the moment. So I reflected on my Indiegogo campaign. I said, that's all right. You put this effort in, you made those videos. Some people did contribute. I super appreciate that. And it's just another step on the journey of realizing that my power is already here. Like, I already am everything that I want to be. I already have enough to start working on my dream, to get it, set it in motion. So my question for you is, in what ways are you putting off taking action on something that you really want to do, on some passion project, on some dream, on some heart's desire? In what ways are you unconsciously going back up into your mind where it feels safer to project and fantasize? And I'm not saying daydreaming and fantasizing is not important. There is time for everything, no? But at some point, we really got to ask ourselves, what is the underlying motive? Is it a time for daydreaming and visualizing and gathering inspiration, or is it a time for action? Again, discernment. Only you can tell, because you know yourself best, or at least I hope so, because this journey is all about you getting to know yourself. The Gnostic saying, know thyself. And by that, Who are you? What is your personality made of? The triangle of what you believe, what you feel, and how you act. That is you, no? So it's interesting to really deconstruct that and say, well, why am I acting like that? What underlying belief is there motivating me to act like that or not act? And what does this belief make me feel? It's very powerful stuff. So going back to my Indiegogo campaign with Casa Lily Spiritual Warrior Retreats, I'm going to start them anyway with what I have and with who I am right now and with what I know and get the ball rolling, because I'm not here to say time is running out, but you probably feel as well now that time is speeding up. Things are accelerating in this process we're all going through, this ascension we're all part of, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be here. So you're also here for a reason. This is not random that you're watching this video right here, right now on this topic. And what I realized over the past week was, yes, that I already am who I want to be if I decide to be so. Because essentially our personality triangle, no? The I am of what I believe, what I feel, and how I act can be deconstructed and can be let go of if a new way of being, a new state of being is more desirable or is more in alignment with who you are right now. And that's always changing, no? It's a moving target. It's not like fixed. But we can deconstruct our crystallized personality and let those beliefs go if they no longer serve us, and open up and let new beliefs come in, which then fuel certain emotions and then make us act in a new way. It's basically changing our state of being. So many talk about it. Joe Dispenza, Joseph Rodriguez, Bashar. Check them out. Please look them up. If you're interested in all of this, check these sources out because they've influenced me. I've been really educating myself on that. And, sometimes there's a timing for everything. We might come across information that sparks our curiosity, but it takes time for that information really to settle in. It takes repetition, going through our own experiences, checking it with that information and making it ours. So in this week, I've reached that stage where I'm like, oh my God, it finally clicked. I can stay, or Neville Goddard is another one. I can already stay in the wish fulfilled, in the state of the wish fulfilled, and have and be everything right now, no matter what the circumstances are. And that's when we become really powerful, when we no longer externalize our value or our need for fulfillment to the outside world. We can create that reality in our inner being by connecting with that. It's very powerful stuff. So again, the sources I've been checking out recently are Bashar, Joseph Rodriguez, Neville Goddard. What was the fourth one I mentioned earlier? But basically they're all talking about the same thing. Yeah, it's basically how your personality is a construct that's founded on beliefs. Because our beliefs, what you believe becomes reality, whether you can or you cannot. Both are right. The universe is, in that sense, non-judgmental. It loves us so unconditionally that whatever we believe, it approves. If you say, well, I can't do that, I can't be this, the universe goes, okay, I'll support you in that. To the contrary, if you say, well, I can do that and be that, the universe goes, okay, I'll reflect that to you in your experience, because reality is a mirror of your own projection of your own consciousness, as within, so without. So we come back into our seat of power when we stop blaming the circumstances, basically stop being a victim, and looking inside. What is my internal dialogue? What do I believe about myself that I then project into the relationships outside and give certain meanings to the relationships outside, which per se are neutral, but I project with my internal dialogue the meaning onto the relationships outside, which then reflect that back to me. Yeah? So remember, you are the director, the producer, the author, the scriptwriter, and the main character of your own movie. Sounds crazy, but really, if we take full accountability, which all has to do with coming back to our power, then that changes everything. Because if you don't like the movie you're in, you can change it. You can change the script. You can change your internal dialogue. You can change your belief system, which will influence the way you feel about yourself and about the world, which will influence your actions or your non-actions. Interesting stuff, guys. So this is my justification to you why I've kind of laid low for this week. And it's important because it is a process. It's a process of self-realization. It's a beautiful process because you're like, at every level, it's like, oh, holy shit. It's getting wild now. It's getting interesting. So let's come back to the present moment, which is always now. Everything's happening now, past, present, future. And take our power back. Go within. Stop blaming. Stop finger pointing. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What am I believing in order to feel like that? And what am I believing in order to act the way I do? Be inquisitive. Be curious. Be a detective about your own being, and you'll discover amazing things. We're like programs. I'm not saying only programs, no, but really, we are, in a sense, programmed to be in a certain way. And we're realizing now that this old way of being is not serving us anymore, and we can let it go. We can be more fluid. We don't have to concretize and be so rigid in our ways of being. No, this is the way I am. This is the way I'll always be. Well, if you say so, then it's true. But if something inside of you is nudging you to grow and expand and feel lighter, then follow that. Be curious. Sift through your own internal dialogue, through your belief system. What holds true for you still? What no longer serves you? You are able to let it go. You do have a choice. And that's where, again, your power lies, the realization that you have a choice. Sometimes our beliefs make it seem that we don't have a choice because belief systems are self-reinforcing. You believe something, the external world reflects it, and you're like, well, see, I believe it because it's true, because look at what's happening. Well, yeah, because you are creating that loop. Until you step a little bit higher and observe that belief system and say, well, it's just a system, a belief system, valid as any other belief system. Do I still want to believe this? Do I still want to be this person? Or am I nudged to be something different, to flow into a new expression of myself? So, stuff for you to reflect on. Should I pull a reading or should I leave this for just reflection time, bite size, no? Better? And in the next video, I'll pull the reading because I'm excited. And yes, I've been missing you. Come on, admit it. You've been missing me too, Anne Murphy and Charles. So how about that? I'll leave you guys with these reflections. Check out those sources. Do some self-reflection, inner work. Look within. Don't be scared. Be curious. And stay tuned for the next episode, episode 7, where I'll pull a fun reading for you. Vamos? Vamos.